Hello everyone. So I'm now getting ready to start my second process here on this saddle, and that's to put a shine on it. Now some of you were probably wondering what kind of dye I was using. This is it. I'm using Phoebing's, and it'll depend on what kind of look you want to have on your saddle. You know, the darker you go and the more coats you apply, you'll get a even finish, and because of my team colors, we wanted an even finish, so it's going to be all black. So that's going to be how it's going to look. Now you can get different dyes to give a different texture to the saddle if you wanted to. If your saddle was a real dark color, you could go with a lighter colored dye, and then the dark color of your saddle will kind of pop out, where the lighter color will give kind of a little bit of an accent to it. There is a wonderful dye by EcoFlow that produces that, and when you have a saddle that is old and antiqued, it'll bring out some of that marbling and the original finishes in the dye in the saddle, and it looks stunning. But again, because of what we're doing with my team, it's going to be all black all the way. So this is how that's going to work. Now, for my finish, I am going to apply, you guessed it, just a clear coat satin shine. Now what's awesome about this is as the saddle is being used, and you can kind of tell how it's got a little bit of a shine right here, this will protect the saddle and act as a barrier against dirt. So as dirt comes, it'll kind of hit that and just slide off, versus hitting the leather that's untreated or unprotected and get embedded. You can kind of see how it's got, I don't know if I can zoom in on this or not, you can see how it's got some of those pores and everything. The dirt will embed itself in this, where it will have a much harder time doing this, and you can see where it's got the difference there, because I've been working on this already. This, I don't know if you can hear my finger on there. This, you can hear it a lot more. So that roughness will attract dirt and will make dirt stick in the saddle, and eventually if you don't clean it out, it will eat your saddle. So keeping a clear coat like this on there will help. Now there's a downside to this clear polish in that it dries your saddle out, so make sure you, if you do apply it, that you also oil the heck out of your saddle, so that way it'll still keep its suppleness. So I've just grabbed another clean piece of wool and put a little water in it. I need a little bit more water in it actually. I'm just gonna spray it with my spray bottle. Get that water in there. I have my clear coat stuff right here. Gonna dip that in there and just start applying this clear coat polish. Now, if you have a light oil saddle and you get this sudsy look, those suds will have a tendency to dye your saddle with spots in it. So black, it doesn't matter, but light oil, it definitely will. So you want to make sure you have even more water in your cloth that you use. It's in right up in here. I'm using part that I got a lot more water in, and there's none of that suds stuff as much. I don't know if you can tell. It's a little bit more clear instead of sudsy here. So that water will help keep that from happening. And again, because this is a black saddle, those spots are not going to show at all, so it doesn't matter. So I'm just going to rub all this stuff right in, get all the spots that I possibly can, and really make sure that this leather is protected. Now sometimes some of the leather, and especially when I dyed it underneath it isn't color fast. So I'm going to need to apply this satin shine underneath of it. You can tell it kind of protects the underside too, and again, because this is more of a rough out, it's the underside, this will attract dirt like crazy, but the dye has nothing that it's adhered to except the saddle, so this will help color fast that in, so that way it doesn't rub off on anything. So that's kind of an important thing to do too. So I'm just going to rub this all over the underside. Make sure I got it all. There's places I've missed and you can see it. More importantly, you can feel it. So that's why I tend to use bare hands on this. So I want to make sure I can feel all the spots I've missed. And go back over the top here. And this saddle's drinking this right up. So it's going right into the leather. So as some spots will maybe not hold the shine as well, we'll have to go back over it with this and make sure that it gets coated all the way through and that there's no spots that the saddle decided, oh, I think I'm going to drink this stuff up, instead of keep it on the surface. So this is how you do it, and I will be back as soon as I'm done doing all this stuff, and then I'll show you some of the finish work. But again, this stuff does dry out the leather, so you want to apply a good oil that's going to soak in and hydrate it so it'll bring it all back to life, basically, instead of being so dry and maybe even brittle at some point. So protect your leather, but then also make sure it's hydrated. You kind of have those two things that you'll be fighting with when you do this. So I'll be back when this is all done, and we'll go back to the next step. Alright, have a good one, guys.